Habitual man hater here that just happens to be in a relationship with a man. I find it so crazy how a lot of women will flip on other women as soon as they get into a relationship because all of a sudden they become male centered. That logic sounds so fucking dumb to me. A lot of y'all are single and miserable. A lot of y'all are single because y'all are intolerable. A lot of y'all are single because y'all are only dating men for experiences. Why the fuck do you want this man to take you on wine tastings and trips and all this other shit when you've never even done that shit for yourselves? You can't even afford to. A lot of y'all are complaining saying, why would I waste money to put gas in my car to go on this date? Just say you're fucking broke and shouldn't be dating in the fucking first place. Just say that. It always comes off as miserable, especially when y'all give opinions on shit like, oh, he bought her flowers. Like, that's bare minimum as fuck. Flowers is $14. When the fuck has a man ever bought you some fucking flowers, bitch? And then saying some shit like, oh, I don't date men because I know my worth. I'm just waiting my time. I know my worth. I know my... No, the fuck you don't. You've accepted worse before. You've accepted a man not buying you shit and still stayed. But you're just miserable and single. So now all of a sudden you have these fucking opinions and these think pieces.
Other choices.
I could have stayed in a relationship. I could have gotten married.
I hear a lot of women say they choose to be single, and that's fine. I don't even want to argue about it because it's not a real choice. And if you don't have anybody really trying to marry you, you called in saying you can't seem to stay in relationships. So let me ask you a question. What do you think it's like being involved with you?
Well, with me, I'm a busy woman. And a lot of time I don't have the time, but I do make the time.
What do you think it's like being involved with you? Is it pleasurable? Is it peaceful?
Oh, it's fun. It's peaceful, stressful. It's probably me because
it's definitely
I'm
you.
busy.
No, ma'am, it's not busy. Have you ever sought therapy?
Have you?
Excuse me?
No, I'm asking, have you?
All right, let you get your big ass up off my show. But all this attitude, talking about she chose to be single, and I'm supposed to sit around and just be nice to this delusion. When a woman is obsessed with her man to the point to where she's willing to be inspirational to him, he has better outcomes, and who benefits from those outcomes? She does. Well, wait a minute. Somebody needs to love somebody more. And gentlemen, she needs to love you more than you love her. That's a hard pill to swallow, ladies. But to the guys I'm talking about, gentlemen, never get involved with a woman who you need to love her more than she loves you. And I know a lot of women have been told, I've been told that he needs to love you more than you love him. Right. And that's why we have such a high divorce rate and women can end up walking away from marriages and relationships like this because they don't care. And that's on you guys. Is she writing love letters to you? If you're going to be out. Right. Did he earn more than you?
A lot more.
And what do you do for a living?
I work in customer service.
Like a call center?
Yeah.
Oh, are you trolling me?
I promise I'm not. Like,
so let me get this right. You're an overweight customer service agent.
What? Oh, I would say.
I don't care what you would say. I'm the professional image coach. Look, ma'am. So he was definitely making over 6 figures.
Well, no. He's making that now.
So pay attention, everybody. Average black woman leaves a 4-year relationship because she thinks she can do better. Good for you, brother. Hope you work at a Sonic or White Castle or whatever. Do you have cat insurance, ma'am?
I don't like cats. Danger zone! Oh, God.
Because this is kind of crazy. You've likely already met your guy and you blew it. You didn't say he did anything wrong. You just thought...
Show me where a model contract. Somebody asked me today. Oh, okay. Do you model?
Let's try this again. Where would you honestly rank yourself?
I just told you.
A 10.
Yeah. Maybe to you I'm not, but beauty's in the eye.
No. So you're a 10.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me that there are no women that are more attractive than you?
What?
I'm asking.
It's hard.
If you're a 10, that means you're at the top.
It's like, I'm not.
If you're a 10, that means you're at the top. A 100 on a test is as high as you can go. It's a perfect grade. You're saying you're a 10, a 100 on the test. Are you saying that there's nobody who scores higher than you on looks? You're in the top percentile. Worldwide.
Possibly.
I think something I regret being single is that I've put off a lot of dating in hopes that someone would do better and be better. Don't do that. Don't sit around and wait for a man. Don't try to prove yourself to a man. The moment you start trying to prove yourself to a man and you're like, let me show you how good of a girl I am, and I just won't date anyone else, even though I have no title from you, no ring, no commitment, no nothing. I'm going to sit, I'm going to be a good girl. I'm not going to go out on the dates I'm getting asked out on because I want to prove myself to you. You lost.
The split screen of 2026 is brutal. Her, crumbling in a car video about the loneliness. Him, somewhere quiet, finally at peace. Same culture, two completely opposite outcomes. And the difference comes down to who built a life And who built a checklist? She optimized for being chosen. He optimized for not needing to be. Only one of those strategies survives contact with reality. If you'd rather build peace than perform misery, subscribe to Alpha Reloaded. We're on the peaceful side of that split screen.
You know things are bad when you are no longer physically able to picture yourself being in a relationship or being in love at some point in the future. I remember I used to get so giddy and excited every single time I thought about my future and what that would look like with a partner. Like, I would always conjure up these made up scenarios of myself and some mystery man of how we met or conversations we'd have or what our life would look like together. And I realized recently that I'm no longer able to do that. Like, when I think about my future, I no longer see a man in it. And it makes me sad because, again, like I mentioned, it used to make me really excited about the possibility of like, ooh, who is this person gonna be? But now I'm in this place of like, I just don't think it's gonna happen. I would love for it to happen and I'm very open to it happening. But in this current phase of my life, at least where I'm currently at right now, it just does not seem like that's a possibility. It doesn't seem real. Like, even going further, I typically have a very specific type of man that I'm attracted to, and I could always picture myself with that kind of person. But even now, I'm just like, I don't even know what kind of person I see myself with. And I don't even want to put in the energy of like trying to hype myself up about something that I really want, because historically speaking, nothing in my life ever goes the way that I want it to, or nothing ever happens when I want it to. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'm not even going to try to imagine myself with this type of man because I can't guarantee that's going to happen. It's probably not even going to happen that way. But I guess I'm just really grieving that once very hopeful version of myself. I'm grieving the version of myself that was much younger, maybe like mid-20s, that was like, oh my God, I can't wait to meet someone. And now I'm 30 and a half years old and I'm feeling the complete opposite way. When I think about my life 10 years in the future, I don't know what I see. I see nothing, because I feel like my life trajectory just continues to change. And like I said, I can't see myself with a partner anymore. This could be a mixture of a variety of things, like maybe my mind is trying to protect me. Maybe this is a sign that my life is just gonna head in a completely different direction than ending up with someone. Maybe me not being able to picture myself with someone ever again is just a phase. I don't really know, but I hate it here. I hate that I don't get excited about the potential of meeting someone like I used to. I don't know, maybe this is a good thing. Maybe it's good I'm not completely putting all of my eggs in one basket of being like, yep, this is exactly how my life is gonna end up. Maybe life will surprise me. It usually tends to do so. But it is pretty wild that I no longer picture myself with anyone anymore, let alone a specific kind of person, and it makes me sad.
The peace he found wasn't luck. It was subtraction. He removed the chronic low-grade warfare of modern dating. The tests, the games, the walking on eggshells, and the silence that rushed in afterward turned out to be the best thing he ever heard. Men don't fear being alone. They fear being trapped with someone who makes them feel alone anyway. He just chose the honest version.
If you are a single woman and you're struggling with loneliness, the truth of the matter is you're not making enough money. Yeah. Think about it. You can only feel loneliness when there's lack of activities and you're not moving around. Because if you were up 6 figures, instead of catching feelings, you'll be catching flights. Yeah. Look, get the digital blueprint and consume yourself with finances and ways to make money, and join a community of women so you won't feel lonely. You can access it now for as low as $24 monthly installment. The link is in my bio.
The crumbling really accelerates when she realizes he's not suffering alongside her. The plan assumed mutual misery, that he'd be just as lonely, just as desperate, just as eager to reconcile. Instead, he's thriving in the quiet she finds unbearable. She's drowning in the same water he learned to swim in. Turns out solitude is only a punishment if you never built anything to do with it.
If you are on a celibacy journey and you are making it a point to be celibate, do not break it for just anybody. Listen, so I just watched this video of this woman who said that she was 2.5 years celibate since she was 20 years old. She had gotten her heart broken really bad and just decided, I personally, I feel like she did it for a reason that Maybe she shouldn't have, but it did a lot of good things for her. She got heartbroken and thought, maybe if I'm celibate for as long as I can, this person will come back to me. She ended up realizing, fuck that person, but the fact that she was able to start this journey was A plus, okay? So 2.5 years celibate, and this guy comes into her life, and you know, I don't know how he did it, but he convinced her. He convinced her to give it up. And then she gave it up, and shortly after, she said she was on her 4th shift in a row for work. I believe she's like a nurse or something in that field. She gets a text message, a long little text message talking about, you know what, I need to work on myself a little bit. I don't think I'm ready for a relationship, XYZ, all the bullshit. And then, for cherry on top, he blocks her. He blocks her after she just broke her celibacy for him. And he knew this. Y'all, there's a lot of demon dick out there. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them fool you. It's a trap. It's a trap. Don't do it.
Cue the unfairness speech. Why do men get to be okay? Because while she spent her 20s riding the carousel and ranking 6-foot-plus salary minimums, he spent his building skills, a body, a bank account, and a brotherhood. The piece isn't a gift the universe handed him. It's the dividend on a decade of investment she spent swiping past. The bill for the carousel always comes due. She just didn't read the terms.
Guess who's already had a full minty bee before noon? This girl. No, but actually I just had a big cry, so I thought that now maybe we can talk about it and see if it's relatable or helpful for you guys, because that's what I do. So this might sound so silly, but like, I must be like starting my period soon because I just feel so overly emotional. But like, I feel like right now in my life, like I'm in my late 20s, and it's super awesome because like all my friends are getting to these amazing like milestones that happen in your 20s, 30s, whatever, having babies, getting engaged, like long-term relationships. And like, I'm obviously single, which again, I like post about on here. I love being a single girl. Like, I feel like out of all my friends, like if it's gonna be anyone, it's gonna be me, and I embrace it. I love to like live life, travel, and I feel really like empowered and independent and do things on my own, and like preach that to you guys, because as a woman I think it's awesome that we can do that. But then there's like these random times, and like right now I'm currently, you know, moving into this new apartment, which I'm so lucky to have, and furnishing it, doing it on a budget. So like I'm Facebook Marketplace shopping, and there's just like instances like this morning where I found a dresser that I really wanted. That sounds so stupid. And I just have like maybe 2 or 3 guy friends, if that. And the guy was like, it's heavy, like you're gonna need someone to help you. And I was like, okay. So I like ask, you know, my 1 or 2 guy friends that I have to help me. And one of them basically like said no or couldn't. And then the other one, and it's not his fault, but like overslept and didn't show up. And yeah, it sounds silly, but the overall what message that all of it felt like this morning was just like helplessness. Like, my friends have these built-in people for them. Like, they don't have to ever worry about who they would ask when they need to pick up furniture or build something for them, or like just do those things and like show up. Like, they found that person. Like, they don't have to worry about it. And it's rare that I ask for help, but then when I do and then I can't get it, it feels so shitty, like so shitty, because I feel like I would do things for people that like wouldn't do the same for me. And again, like, it's not their responsibility. Like, they're not my person, they're not my boyfriend, like whatever. But just on a like whole level of like, I don't have that. And so it like really, it's hard. Don't think enough people like give credit to like single girls. Like, we're just always celebrating all these couples. It's what I do for a job. I literally am a wedding content creator. I'm constantly around love and couples, and my best friend's just had a baby, like, and I'm so, this is not me like boo-hoo me, but I just feel like not enough people like give credit as well to like the girls like trying to do this shit on their own and like having to do everything on their own and figure it all out by themselves. Like, it's not easy, it's not always fun, it's hard, and it feels like shitty. Anyways, cheers, good morning, happy Friday.
Here's the uncomfortable stat. Women initiate around 70% of breakups and divorces. then express shock when the men stop coming back for round 2. You can't keep detonating the bridge and then complain about the commute. The loneliness didn't ambush these women. A lot of them built it, brick by brick, every time they branch swung off a stableman toward a more exciting maybe.
If you're single and you're lonely, or you're single and you're sad, you're just not doing single life right. Do you remember how lonely you were in that relationship? You can't get lonelier than that. You're missing out because you're not taking advantage of this gift and this time that you have as a single person. It's like when you have little kids and you want them to learn how to walk, or you wish they would be potty trained, and you're wishing away what you have right in front of you. You are fully the creator of your life with the circumstances that you have. There is no other person holding you down right now. Do you know how much freedom is in that? Everything you do can be for you now in a way that it's never been before. You need to have fun. You need to make fun. You need to try new things and engage in new experiences. Or just lie in your bed and enjoy that it's just yours and it's quiet and you can be there for as long or as little as you want. From the small things to the big thing. Don't miss out on this.
The alpha widow footage is its own genre now. The woman who left a good man chasing a better high, who never recalibrated, and who's now comparing every option to a ghost she evicted herself. She's haunted by a standard she destroyed with her own hands. He's not haunted by anything. He upgraded, moved on, and sleeps like a man who dodged a bullet he never even heard fire.
Loneliness is a human experience, and it's not unique to being a single woman, okay? Loneliness is not automatically the result of being a single woman. Do not allow a lot of the fear-mongering that is happening in broader media and on social apps to influence you into making decisions that you might well regret. You see, people talk about the fact that single women will regret being single when they're in their 50s and 60s. But actually, the regret that you can have from settling with an individual who is not good for your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health, or your financial health is far greater than it will be if you are 50, 60, and maybe living alone. Okay, we need to get very real about this. This narrative that I can see coming down the pipeline, especially around a female loneliness epidemic, is again another agenda. That's exactly what it is. The same way when we talk about the male loneliness epidemic is far more multidimensional than one would be led to believe if you're just tuning into these media outlets. In addition to that, there are different types of loneliness. Okay, there's intellectual loneliness, there's physical loneliness, yes. There's touch deprivation, which I think is a huge issue. And when I'm talking about touch deprivation, I'm not simply referring to sex. Okay, I'm talking about human comfort and presence and warmth. Why do you think we encourage, skin-to-skin contact when new babies are born? And really and truly, that should be continuing throughout life. It's just that because of cultural norms, a lot of the times adults are not experiencing that same level of warmth and physical presence and comfort that in a healthy childhood you would receive as a child. And that kind of presence is critical for the development of the nervous system, the development of your immune system, and the way you just see yourself in the world. And so it is really important to understand that as adults, we often have to be more proactive about building community, forming meaningful connections and friendships, and that does require some effort. And as somebody who quite enjoys my braless and barefoot time at home, even I have to be intentional about making sure I spend time with people offline, in real life, etc. Because it's important for human connection and human development, your brain development, your brain plasticity, all of those things. And so the answer isn't always that it's because you're not married and you're not partnered. In fact, we see that loneliness still occurs in marriages as well. Parents often feel lonely, okay? If you've ever sat and listened really to parents, especially single mothers, for example, you'd think if having a child alone was enough, then we wouldn't have lonely single parents. If being married was enough, we wouldn't have this constant rhetoric around marrying your best friend. Where do we think that really comes from? That comes from the fact that people understand that intimacy and friendship is a foundational pillar in any human relationship, quite frankly. And so it wouldn't be any different, okay, just because you are a single adult. It's very important for us to speak more honestly about loneliness, what it is, how it can emerge. And the fact of the matter is, every single human being will experience loneliness at some point in life, regardless of their marital status. So it's not about whether or not you will be lonely in the future, and it's not about whether or not that loneliness can be attributed specifically to your singleness. It's really about how are you building a life that prepares you to navigate loneliness when it comes up, however it comes up. And that, I think, is a really important message for single women.
What makes the crumbling final is the asymmetry of the exits. Her loneliness is a prison she's trying to talk her way out of. His peace is a house he built and paid off. The men enjoying their quiet aren't going to trade it back for the chaos they escaped. She's negotiating for a return to a market that already closed. He's just enjoying the property he bought when the prices were low.
Listen, the biggest mistake a woman can make is taking a good man for granted, all because she believes she has options. Let's make something clear. Just because you've got men in your DMs doesn't mean any of them love you. Don't get it twisted, ladies. Attention is not affection, and desire is not devotion. A real man, listen, the kind of man that truly loves you, he's not easy to find, because that type of man, he listens to you, he protects you, he believes in you, he invests in your growth, and he stays consistent even when you're not at your best. But you know what happens many times? You know what we do as women many times? We don't play him. We compare him to the flashy guys. We compare him to the emotionally unavailable men. Sometimes they insult him, ignore him, manipulate him, treat him like he'll always be there until he's no longer there. And then, when he finally walks away, that's when the realization kicks in. That's when you realize the truth. Those men in your inbox, they weren't really trying to build anything. They were just passing time. And now, the one who was ready to give you the world is gone. Listen, ladies, don't be fooled. Gifts aren't love. Sex isn't commitment. And good morning, beautiful, and those texts from strangers don't mean that you're being cherished. Sis, you can find a man who wants your body on every street. But a man who wants your soul, who wants to help you heal, who wants to build a future with you, that type of man is very rare. So if you've got a man who's consistent, who supports you, who corrects you in love, who forgives you, who invests in you and stays loyal when things aren't perfect, protect that man at all costs. Appreciate him. And stop playing games, sis. Because even the strongest man has a breaking point. And you know what? The biggest regret is realizing that you lost something that was real. You lost something that was valuable because you didn't value it when you had it in your hands.
Peace isn't the absence of a woman. It's the presence of a life worth living alone. Build the body, the bank, the brotherhood, and the purpose. And solitude stops being a sentence and starts being a luxury. The men at peace didn't get lucky. They got busy while everyone else got bitter. Subscribe to Alpha Reloaded for more. Drop your thoughts in the comments and hit that like button on your way out. See you next time.